Hello everybody, my name is The Strange Eli, and I am almost 20 whole Earth years old. And that's really scary. Something that I realized recently is that I have barely made any films, despite claiming to be a filmmaker. And there are a lot of those who are working in the same industry who are doing it a lot harder and a lot better and have made better stuff and have made more stuff than I have, and are already reaping the benefits from doing so. And this isn't a jealousy-based thing, it's just that I'm comparing myself to others and I realize that I should probably be working harder. And the fact that I am going to be becoming 20 here in a couple weeks is scary. Of course, the thing is that I've been spending, 18 of those years in school, a lot of them not knowing really what I want to do. But that's not really an excuse, and I should be working harder, and I know that I say that I should be working harder all the time. There are many videos on this very channel in which I'm talking about working harder and how much I should be working harder, but for now it's real, and now I'm actually doing something because there are people in my life who I don't want to disappoint. Now, what's the hard part for me about making movies? What's the challenge? What is the obstacle I have yet to hurdle? And it seems like the hard part is that I don't have anything to film because I have no finished scripts. And I'm not a very good writer to begin with. So what am I going to do about that? Well, I have a lot of ideas. There are films that I want to make, or things based on a specific character design, or one specific scene, or, things that I want to make films about because I like those things and it would be fun. But when I start writing the script, I have no plan. How am I going to get to those things? How am I going to achieve this story? How am I going to write this story? There have been many times where I've sat down to write a script, and when it comes time to actually write, there are big holes missing because I don't know what I'm writing. Or I know how to get to this plot point, but I don't really know how to. What are the things leading up to that plot point? And so today I'm going to be teaching you this little hack, this little thing that I've been starting to experiment with that's been really working for me and has really sped up how fast I write my screenplays. And it's something really simple that for a lot of you is probably obvious, but it's outlining the script. See, creating an outline makes an easy formula, a 1, 2, 3 of how your story is going to go. So if you make a list of all the plot points, then as you're writing the story, you know where the story is going to be going next. And more importantly, when you know where the story is going to be going next, you can get to it feels like you're getting those points faster. It feels like you're doing what you know you're supposed to be doing. You're not wandering aimlessly hoping for a story to come out of what you're writing. But the thing that is really helpful is when you make a list, like I said, you have a 1, 2, 3. You have a process ready to go that you know it's going to happen. And when you get to those points, you can cross them off, and then you'll realize as you're getting closer to the end, you're like, wow, I'm almost done. Instead of like, oh, well, I don't know how many pages there's going to be left in this, or I don't know how much time I need to dedicate to each thing. It's already there. You know how to do it. You just have to write it and then cross it off. To begin, let's go to whatever text processing thing you've got going on. So a lot of my scripts I write on Google Docs. Some of them I write on Word, but for the example here, we're going to be sticking with Google Docs. Now, I'm working on a script called Backwards in Crime. And I'm not going to say a lot about the plot points of this because I actually want to make this hopefully maybe sometime in the fall when it starts raining again, because it has a lot to do with the rain. But so I have this script here, and I've gotten to a point where there's the middle of the dialogue and it just ends, and I haven't written anything since then. So I went to my script here, I went to Backwards in Crime, and I wrote down on my notepad here, Backwards in Crime. And then after that, I went and thought, okay, so how does the story need to end? And then I started writing those things down. So like they just found out some details about the crime that is being committed that they just saw some evidence to. So the next step here is to report the crime to the police chief. And the police chief is going to exhibit some sort of skepticism or uncertainty, or maybe he has heard about what's going on based on the stuff that has happened previously in the script. So I wrote down, report crime to police chief is one of my notes. And then I've also got police chief skepticism, which is another note. And then the last note I'm not going to reveal because that's kind of a big plot point. But that's how I'm going to finish the script. So that way, when I know that the next thing I need to write about is going to be about my detective character and her friend reporting this crime to the police chief. And then when that's done, I can go ahead and cross that off. Now, of course, I have some other ones. So, and this is a shorter script. This one is only, I think, on 6 pages now, or 5 pages. But if we go to, but let's say that we go to a bigger script. Now, this is my X-Men script, and I've been working on an X-Men script for a really long time. In fact, I actually have other outlines and storyboards and explanations and theme discussion stuff that I have written about it that was for a film class, which has really helped me kind of plan out how the rest of this movie is going to end, because for a large majority of this script, I had no idea how it was going to end. But now that I've kind of come up with a point-by-point plot summary of how this story is going to work, I have better understanding how I'm actually going to write this script. So there's about 11 pages here. Beast, or Hank McCoy, shows off this serum, and the serum is the one that's famous for making him blue and furry as we come to know him in the comics. And he's showing off the serum, and the serum doesn't work. And now, this is the scene in which it doesn't work, and people are, and Hank is disappointed, and so is Jean, who has been kind of helping him through this process and supporting him in creating this serum because she believes that it's going to be good for mutant kind. So now the next things that are going to be happening, the next things that I know are in the plan for the story are Magneto arriving, and then the ultimate fallout from that, which is like, people not being able to trust mutant kind. So for my X-Men list here, I've got Xavier call to action, so to me, my X-Men. And when we start to introduce Magneto, then we can understand why the actions of one mutant can affect the sort of look or outcome of all the mutants. And then stuff will then come after that. And again, this is something I don't want to reveal because this is something that I've also thought about filming. And these things, so these plot points, when I get to them, I can cross them off. And once I cross them off, then they are done. And that part of the story has been covered. Now, of course, this method might not work for everyone. There people do outline their scripts all the time. So if you're one of those people who does that and you're thinking, I already do this, why would I need help, or why are you encouraging me to do it more? This is a video for those who are having hard times getting through script production and finishing scripts, because when it finally comes time to show off your big work, people are going to be asking you, okay, so where's your other stuff? What stuff do you have going on? What do you write? It's good to have finished scripts because that shows off your actual writing talent. It's important to have those finished scripts. If you have a problem that goes beyond outlining, I unfortunately can't help you. This is the way that has helped me, and this is the way that I hope it helps many others who are also trying to make their stuff. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If they bring back the rating system, go ahead and give it 5 stars, but we all know that they won't. If this was helpful at all, please let me know in the comments down below, or just tell me anything in the comments down below. My Twitter will be somewhere around here on screen. Let's talk, let's have a conversation, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.